Hello, motherfactors. I hope you're well and have a spare thong or two nearby. My name is Sam and I'm here to talk to you today about an online phenomenon that's been scaring people witless since their initial upload. Nope, not your nan's holiday photos on Facebook. I'm talking creepypasta. But what is the most influential creepypasta ever? Which creepypastas are based on reality? Who was Phone? 2 out of 3 of those questions are going to be answered, so lock your doors, window and bowels and whisper to yourself, don't worry, it's not real, it's all bull-doodah. This is 101 facts about creepypasta. Number 1. Just in case you clicked on this video by accident or something, creepypasta is not a bit of linguine that stares at you at the bus stop, contrary to popular belief. It's actually the name of an online short horror fiction story. Number 2. The name is a play on the online slang that was popularised by 4chan copypasta. Copypasta is the term for forum posts that attempt to pass off old content or memes as new or original, much like Michael Bay does with his scripts for Transformers. Zing. Number 3. The term copypasta is a portmanteau of the words copy and paste, just with a added at the end. Number 4. A lot of creepypasta originated from 4chan's X message board, which is dedicated to the paranormal. Though they were kind of vague and not exactly expansive, stories posted on here were copied and pasted again and again and again and again and again, thus creating the term creepypasta. Number 5. Don't ever read them before bed. Ever. This video, yeah, go for it. But take it as someone who's just read all this stuff, do so in daylight. Number 6. Much like my hipster neighbour, creepypastas themselves aren't exactly as modern or new as they think they are. They have their roots in urban legends, which have been bandied about for years, since about 1968, in fact. Number 7. One such example is the urban legend of arcade machine Polybius, which supposedly gave players amnesia and night terrors. Legend has it was visited by several men in black and disappeared without a trace not soon afterwards. This urban myth has since evolved into several creepypasta spin-offs. Number 8. Another example of an urban legend that could genuinely be a creepypasta is that of the Bunny Man, a man in a bunny costume who apparently kills people with an axe in a particular tunnel in Virginia. This, frankly, puts me off both bunnies and Virginia. Number 9. These stories were spread mouth to mouth. Oh, no, wait, sorry, that sounds weird. Mouth to ear, then to brain, and then to mouth. Sorry, I've just confused myself. Anyway, they then evolved into chain letter emails in the 1990s. Number 10. Chain letter emails or messages, to those who are too young to remember and have the rest of their lives ahead of them, you lucky sods, were messages that you'd receive in your proverbial inbox telling a story, often containing a ghostly girl or demon or something, much like a creepypasta would. Number 11. They'd often start off with something along the lines of, "Warning, carry on reading or you will die," and then would end lovingly with, "If you don't forward this on to 67 people, you will die from the ghost girl in your room," or something like that. So yeah, they certainly knew how to hold an audience. Number 12. Fast forward to around 2006, and these urban legends and chain letters basically made love to each other to conceive what creepypastas now are. Number 13. It's pretty much impossible to determine what the first creepypasta actually was. It would be like trying to find a bee in a spaghetti bolognese, which, now that I think about it, would actually be pretty easy. Anyway, there's one that dates all the way back to 2001 and could well be a contender for the first ever, named Ted the Caver. Number 14. Ted the Caver was the journal of a caver named Ted. Surprise, surprise. It chronicles his adventures into an undiscovered cave named Floyd's Tomb. Ted and friends chiseled a hole into the cave, but some weird stuff goes down. His friend's dog is scared of it. Some of his party emerge from the cave with scratches and cuts, and they hear scraping and howls as they traverse inside. Number 15. Eventually, Ted starts hallucinating strange figures inside his own home. He vows to return to the cave with his caving team with a gun and a knife, and he says he will update his journal upon his return with his findings. This is where the story ends, and we never actually found out what happened to Ted in the cave. Number 16. The story was uploaded directly onto website Angelfire in 2001, but it didn't gain popularity until 2004. It was shared on the National Speleological, that means caving word fans, Society's message boards as they dissected quite what the hell happened in this weird story, believing it was real. Number 17. Also in 2004, a story named The Fear of Darkness by a Thomas Lehrer also debuted online too, with a surprisingly similar story. Some thought that Ted had ripped Lehrer off and was lying about the whole thing. Number 18. It was because of this that the real Ted in question started a thread on the National Speleological Society's message boards, revealing the whole thing was complete rhubarb. The actual cave stuff was true, but he'd added in the sprinkling of paranormal stuff for poops and giggles, as the internet says. Number 19. The whole adventure even had a movie based on it called Living Dark. Number 20. Creepypasta became such a hit that in 2008, Creepypasta.com was launched. It proved a bloody popular site too. Number 21. In fact, between 2008 and 2012, the site received 44,000 comments on its stories. Number 22. Ooh. Many other places for creepypasta fiends exist online, such as numerous subreddits for people who enjoy shitting themselves. Well, and for creepypastas too. Reddit's a weird place. Number 23. Some of the earliest creepypastas tended to be based a lot on rituals, like, for instance, The Holders. Number 24. The Holders is a series of stories giving instructions to people collecting 538 various hidden, apparently magical objects through a series of secretive and apparently sanity-breaking tasks. These objects, ranging from walking sticks to feathers and even actual people, will apparently end the world when brought together. Nice. Number 25. They pretty much all start with, in any city, in any country, go to blank, and end with the object's number with a warning not to put it with the others, or, the whole world-ending thing will happen. Number 26. On the Holders website, there are now stories for every single object. That's over 500 individual stories. The first one appeared in 2007, once again on 4chan. Number 27. Anyway, let's fast forward 2 years later to another website, pessimistically named Something Awful. They were having a Photoshop contest on its forums to create fictional paranormal images. This was one of those entries. Look familiar? This was the birth of the bald-headed and bald-faced creeper Slender Man. Number 28. Slender Man is one of the most famous creepypastas ever, and was created by a man named Eric Knudsen under the frankly much cooler username Victor Surge. Number 29. He was described as a mysterious man who stalked children. In fact, his first picture was accompanied by the frankly terrifying caption, "We didn't want to go. We didn't want to kill them, but its persistent silence and outstretched arms horrified and comforted us at the same time." Oh, that puts the willies right up me. Not like that. Number 30. Knudsen had released these two black and white images of children with a description of the photos being recovered from the Sterling City Library fire, both of which show Slender Man in the background. Number 31. The next day, Knudsen added more pictures and newspaper clippings, building the myth around the character. This thread ran for over 190 pages. Number 32. Slenderman's appearance and modus operandi can vary quite a bit. Sometimes he has tentacles, all hentai style, sometimes not. Sometimes he murders and bags up the organs of his victims, sometimes he makes them kill each other. Variety's the spice of life, I guess. Number 33. Slenderman could potentially be the most influential creepypasta of all time, as evidenced by its massive cult following. Number 34. For instance, in October of 2011, indie game developer Green Meteor Team made a 3D puzzle game featuring the Slender Man. Number 35. On the 2nd of July 2012, a link was posted on Reddit to the game Slender the 8 Pages, a game by Parsec Productions. In this game, players must collect, you guessed it, 8 pages in the woods, all while avoiding looking at Slender Man to avoid going insane. / dying. It's not really clear. Number 36. This became a big old hit on the old YouTubes. Swedish lord of all subscribers, PewDiePie's first playthrough of the game reached 12 million views. Once you slend, it can never end. Number 37. This was then followed by Slender the Arrival, also by Parsec Productions. This game has you play as a girl called Lauren, who is investigating the disappearance of her friend Kate. I bet that Slendy has something to do with it. Number 38. Filmmaker AJ Meadows made a Slender Man film in 2013 after raising $11,000 through Kickstarter to do so. Number 39. An online series known as Marble Hornets, which presents itself as found footage of a student film gone catastrophically wrong, had a bad guy based on Slender Man in it named The Operator. Smooth Operator. Number 40. In 2011, Minecraft creator and Swedish lord of all money, Marcus Persson, created an update to the game with new long-armed monsters which he named Endermen, which is clearly a kind of reference to Slender Man. Number 41. In fact, many people believe the silence in Doctor Who are based upon Slender Man. I guess I can kind of see the resemblance. What was this fact about again?
The meaning of life.
HBO have even made a documentary about the creepypasta called Beware the Slender Man. Number 43. In 2014, Slender Man affected real life in a far more disturbing and tragic way. Two 12-year-old girls stabbed their friend 19 times as a supposed offering to Slender Man and to protect their family against him. Number 44. The two girls lured their friend to a sleepover and then the woods where they attacked her. Luckily, the victim survived after crawling onto a road and being discovered by a passing cyclist. Number 45. She has since made a full recovery despite one of the stab wounds being less than 1 millimeter away from a vital artery near her heart. Number 46. The two perpetrators are set to stand trial in March 2017 and will be tried as adults, as under Wisconsin law, anyone over the age of 10 can be tried as an adult. Number 47. One of the girls has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and oppositional defiant disorder, and the other has been diagnosed with delusional disorder and schizotypy, making her particularly vulnerable to believe in Slender Man. Number 48. Creepypasta.com released a statement in response to the attack, emphasising that the site is a literature site within the horror fantasy genre. It also made a point of reminding and stressing that Slender Man is a fictional construct. Number 49. Anyway, moving on from the real attempted murders and back to the fictional what? Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? Oh, God, yeah, okay. This is Jeff the Killer. Number 50. Jeff the Killer is another world-famous creepypasta, depicted, frankly, pant-wettingly as a white-faced, grinning man with large black eyes. The horrible thing about this picture is you will now see it every single time you close your eyes. Sorry about that. Number 51. Nobody knows the exact origin of this picture. Some believe it's a very heavily photoshopped picture of Katie Robinson, a young woman who tragically committed suicide after being bullied online. Some, however, disagree. Nobody knows quite where this image came from. Number 52. Jeff the Killer is a story of a young boy who developed into a sadist after several fights with local bullies. During these fights, he sustained burns to his face, bleaching it white. He also burnt off his eyelids and carved a smile into his face before killing his whole family. So, you know, classic supervillain origin story. Just a quick reminder, by the way, this isn't real, so don't be scared. Number 53. In 2012, Ma Games developed and published a Jeff the Killer game. Number 54. In case you stumble upon this term and you want to sound like a connoisseur, a creepypasta is the name for a pretty scary story. Sometimes on purpose and sometimes, not. It's also how Jennifer Lawrence described the frankly wonderful spaghetti bolognese meal I made for her. Oh, I still love her. Number 55. A frankly chilling example of this is the now legendary Who Was Phone, which first appeared on 4chan's X-board. Number 56. It goes a little something like this, but brace yourself, this is some scary SHIT.
So you're with your honey and you're making out when the phone rings. I answer it and the voice said, "What are you doing with my daughter?" You tell your girl and she say, "My dad is dead." Then who was phone?
Number 57. This creepypasta served as the basis of lots of other derivative, poorly written stories. Number 58. Another example of how to make your spooky story said creepypasta is to end it with "and a skeleton popped out" in all caps, very important. This was a creepypasta parody to start with, but it's since evolved to be used as an expression of dismay at not-so-good pastas, inspired by Who Was Phone. Number 59! The Alice Killings, a creepypasta about a serial killer in Japan who left a playing card with Alice written on it at every crime scene, was actually inspired by a real-life criminal. Number 60. Alfredo Galán Sotillo was known as the Playing Card Killer, after he murdered 6 people and wounded 3 in 2003, leaving playing cards on the bodies of his victims. Number 61. In 2016, TV channel Sci-Fi launched an anthology horror series based on a popular creepypasta Candle Cove, named Channel Zero. Number 62. Nick Antosca, writer of the rebooted Friday the 13th, and the jungle bird-haired Max Landis are writing the script. It also apparently involves this child who's made of teeth. Number 63. The 12 episodes will be split into 2 series. The first 6 will be airing in autumn of 2016, so you'll have creepypasta on your telly now. Yay! Nintendo 64. The original Candle Cove creepypasta was written by Chris Straub in 2009. The story revolves around a nightmarish children's TV show that aired in the 1970s. Number 65. It's presented in the form of an online message board, and follows viewers talking about a weird TV show they saw when they were younger called, guess what? That's right, Candle Cove. Number 66. Viewers would talk about the show featuring a villain called the Skin Taker, who would wear the skin of children, as well as the end of the show featuring screaming kids. Probably not as scary as Courage the Cowardly Dog, though. That was disturbing. Number 67. They'd all have the same nightmares too, before the revelation that the show never actually existed and that the children were just sat there watching static. A bit like you are now, actually. Number 68. Despite this revelation, Candle Cove still has its own fandom to this day, with fan art and expansions on the whole universe still cropping up all over the interwebs. It even has its own wiki. Man, one day we'll have our own wiki. Number 69. This feels inappropriate. I shouldn't do this for this fact, really, but oh well. Lavender Town Syndrome is a creepypasta based on the Pokemon Red and Green games. In the Japanese version of the game, Lavender Town contains a graveyard for dead Pokemon. That's fun and child-friendly. Number 70! The creepypasta was uploaded to Pastebin in 2010, stating that after the first few days of release, 104 children aged 10 to 15 committed suicide after playing Pokemon. Specifically after they got to Lavender Town and listened to its apparently brainwashing hidden frequencies in the music. Number 71. While this is complete and utter ballbag and just a scary story, it could have its roots in a quite horrifying reality. Some commenters believe it's inspired by Japan's alarmingly enormous suicide rate. Number 72. It could also, in part, be inspired by an episode of Pokemon called Electric Soldier Porygon, which, in 1997, sent over 650 children to hospital in Japan after they fell ill from epilepsy symptoms. Bloody Pokemon, just leave real and fictional kids alone. Number 73. Capgras Delusion is a creepypasta based on a real-life mental illness of the same name, where the sufferer believes that someone close to them has been replaced by an identical copy. Number 74. The infamous Russian sleep experiment creepypasta may also be inspired by real human experimentation. Number 75. The creepypasta details a human experiment that investigated the impact of sleep deprivation on a group of POWs in 1940s Soviet Union. So, all fun and games. The experiment ended with all the patients mutilating themselves, laughing while being operated on without anaesthetic, and eventually killing all involved. Number 76. Some people believe that this creepypasta draws its inspiration from both the Nazis and Unit 731 experiments that the Japanese enacted on prisoners of war during World War II. Number 77. Another creepypasta based on real-life Nazi experiments was Kagom Kagom, which is a famous creepypasta that details Nazi experiments on children in an orphanage in Hiroshima. Number 78. The story tells of how Nazis were experimenting with immortality, trying to find the cure to the kill switch in the brain and create an army of zombies. Nazis and zombies. Who on earth would think of that? Oh. Number 79. In 2015, a 12-year-old girl from Indiana murdered her stepmother. When asked why, she answered it was because Laughing Jack told her to do it. Number 80. Laughing Jack was written in 2015 by a user named Toxic Lullaby and features a clown called Laughing Jack, who befriends children as their imaginary friend before murdering and disemboweling them. Ugh, clowns. They're never good news. Number 81. Some creepypastas revolve around lost or haunted episodes of TV shows. As it happens, I'm working on one right now for the Wiggles. Anyway, the first of these lost episode creepypastas could arguably be suicidemouse.avi. Number 82. This creepypasta tells the tale of a hidden Mickey Mouse cartoon from the 1930s that contains Mickey walking down a street. Fairly normal. However, it starts to glitch out and apparently becomes so disturbing it made one security guard at Disney kill himself after watching it. Number 83. Another lost episode creepypasta is known as Dead Bart, a lost episode from season 1 of The Simpsons.
Number 84.
In this supposed episode, Bart actually dies after being sucked out of a plane window. Silly Bart. The episode apparently then takes a quite horrible turn, consisting of extended periods of the Simpsons family crying over his hyper-realistic corpse. Ugh. Number 85. At his grave, it also includes the names of all guest actors that have appeared on The Simpsons along with dates of their deaths. If they haven't already died, they have the same dates as their death dates, suggesting some kind of mass human extinction. Before you get all creeped out by this, remember, it's all bollocks, okay? Not real. Number 86. A lost episode of SpongeBob SquarePants called Squidward's Suicide. You seeing a theme developing here? It's one of the most famous lost episode creepypastas. It apparently includes real-life images of dead children, and ends with Squidward killing himself after crying blood for a good few minutes. Nickelodeon has changed, man. I remember when it was all about the Rugrats. Number 87. The whole lost episode subgenre of creepypasta could be based on the Censored 11. 11 Looney Tunes and merry melodies that have been banned since 1968 due to their incredibly offensive racial stereotypes. No suicide or hyper-realistic eyes there, though. Number 88. Robert the Doll is a creepypasta about a haunted object that actually exists. Well, the object exists, the haunting probably not so much. Number 89. The story goes that in the 1800s, a little boy of a rich family called Jean was given the doll by a Haitian servant who was fired for practicing black magic. The doll was seen moving around the house and heard talking in a deep voice and even seen holding a kitchen knife at the foot of a bed. He was a Chucky before his time. Number 90. The actual real doll is now in a museum in, where else but Vegas. Visitors must ask permission to take a photo of Robert or he will curse them. Same goes if you make fun of him too, apparently. Oh, okay, well I for one think he's a great guy and I love his little lion too. Number 91. Smile Dog is another infamous creepypasta that apparently induces insanity. The image of a dog with freakishly grinning teeth is rumoured to be from the devil himself, who must be fantastic at Photoshop. Number 92. Ben Drowned is one of the most famous creepypastas around. It's about a cursed game cartridge that's supposedly haunted by a former user named Ben who had, you guessed it, drowned. Number 93. The user named Jaduazable, although I'm sure that's not on his birth certificate, began reporting about his experiences with the haunted game cartridge. He uploaded videos of this gameplay to YouTube, and as you can see, it's freakier than Lindsay Lohan on a Friday. Number 94. In the fourth video of the series, the description claims that he moved out of his dorm room and left the game behind, after being stalked through his computer and through Cleverbot by the Ben Spirit. Ooh. Number 95. The reaction was so strong that on the 20th of September 2010, Jaduazable revealed the whole thing was a fake, and in style too, specifically like this. Nice. Number 96. Speaking of nice, Normal Porn for Normal People isn't just my autobiography title, but also the name of a weird, quite chilling creepypasta. Defined as a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality, the story was first posted in 2011. Number 97. The story details a man who receives a chain letter, yep, back to those again, telling him to visit the website normalpornfornormalpeople.com. Upon surfing the World Wide Web and finding this website, he discovers a series of disturbing videos, including a man licking a washing machine for 7 minutes, and a shaved chimpanzee mauling a woman to death and then eating her. And then a skeleton popped out! Nah, it didn't really, I just wanted to make that whole bit less disturbing. Number 98. The domain name normalpornfornormalpeople.com was registered in 2012. And features many videos made in the same style described in the video. Well, not exactly the same, I hope. Number 99? This creepypasta was named as one of the 4 scariest, most believable stories on the internet by news tech site Geek on October the 31st, 2013. Number 100! Renowned horror writer Clive Barker is set to adapt some of the more famous creepypasta stories into online shorts, including but not limited to Ben Drowned, Jeff the Killer, and My Wiggles story. Well, maybe not that last one. It's work in progress. Number 101! I'm just gonna look at these guys for a little while to cleanse my brain. I encourage you to do so too. Aww. Oh, everything's okay in the world again. That was 101 Facts About Creepypasta, and I don't know about you, but I had a lovely time, I guess. If you want more chilling online tales, then why not check out the latest video from Creepypasta Jr. It's, quite something, and I don't think I'm going to sleep again for a very long time. In the meantime, if you could give me a subscription as well, that would be lovely. Click the button down there. It's really easy. Go on, do it. Or Slender Man will get you. No, seriously though, he will.